Go.
Hello, welcome to the weekly mobile support meeting for Mozilla where we talk about how we support Firefox for Android and Firefox OS customers and users. Thank you all for joining. We'll do a quick round of introductions since this is our monthly Air Mozilla meeting. Hello, world.
Hello, world.
I'm Michelle Luna, and I run Firefox OS, Firefox for Android. I'm the pointy-haired manager of these support things. Roland, who are you?
I'm a man, I think. I'm a girly. No, I'm a bicycling person out of Vancouver, Canada, and I like work on Android. I'm the support coordinator for Firefox for Android.
Awesome, thank you. Rosanna, please introduce yourself. You're on mute.
I'm the community manager at Sumo, and I work on localization. I have a little bit also with the knowledge base.
Excellent, thank you. And Kadir.
And I'm Kadir. I'm from Germany, working in Germany, and I'm the product manager responsible for the platform.
Excellent, thank you. Ralph, please introduce yourself.
Hi, I'm Ralph Dow, and I work with the Sumo team also, and with the Firefox OS launch. I'm focusing on the support for Firefox OS also, and I'm off of Portland, Oregon.
Excellent, yes, thank you. I'm in San Francisco. Roland's in Vancouver. Rosanna's in Berlin. Kadir's somewhere in Germany.
Yeah, somewhere in Germany.
Duisenberg.
Exactly, it's this word. Little knows it.
Hello, Madalena. Welcome. Can you introduce yourself?
Oh, hi. I'm Adelina. I'm community manager for Sumo. Nice to meet you all again.
Good to have you. And you're also based out of Berlin.
Yes, I am.
And we also have Yusuf today on the Etherpad. Thank you for joining us, Yusuf. Yalom96 is his handle, and maybe one of our community managers knows his location.
He's in London.
Yusuf's in London. Excellent. Great. Thanks for joining us. We normally have an update. We start with an update from QA. Naoki is our QA contact, and he is at a B2G work week in great Norway. So to all of the guys in Norway this week, I say Ufda.
Oh, can I say lutefisk? Oh, sorry, I can't say lutefisk. Cool, whatever that means. Lutefisk is their delicious poverty meal. Every culture has one.
Ufda is an expression for anything in Norwegian, but sort of like, gosh, I'm half Norwegian by descent, so I had to get that in. Okay, so the first thing I wanted to talk about today, I wanted to give a little demo. So I'm going to share my screen. We've spent a couple of weeks on Air Mozilla saying, you know, how do we do support? What does it mean? How does it work with our partners and contributors? It's something everyone can participate in. But let's show exactly how we can do that. Can you see my, oops, I think I picked the wrong thing. I'm going to share my Firefox OS simulator. Can you see that?
Cool.
Awesome. So we have a great add-on for Firefox OS that is a simulator. And I can show you how to get to the help from here. Hello, Michael Verdi from Texas. He is our content manager extraordinaire on Sumo. Welcome. Doing a little demo for what support really means on the ground, on the runway. What is it we're actually doing, not in theory how it works. So on the Firefox OS simulator, if you go into your settings, and everyone has a phone now, everyone on this team has their phone. Hold up your phones, everyone. And everyone, while I'm doing this, yay, thank you. Please go to support. Go find support for your device, whether that's an Android device and you're running Firefox for Android, or if it's Firefox OS. Go to support on your device while I'm going there in the simulator. Yes, so from the, as I said, from the settings, I scroll down to the help on Firefox OS, hit help, and then click on the user guide. And this is the mobile version of Sumo, and you can see this mobile version on any mobile device. It's not just Firefox OS. This is how it will look on a Firefox OS device. You'll default to Firefox OS, but for any other device, you'll come to this top product screen if we don't know the type of device, where you can choose. Oh, that's my favorite ringer. That's the default Firefox OS ringer. Who's getting a call?
Sorry.
It's okay. Is that Barb?
No, it's not my wife. I don't know who it is. I just
Okay.
routed them to voicemail. It's fine.
Okay, so at the top, you'll see the hot topics for Firefox OS, hot issues that we have documented, and then you'll have all the categories for the articles. This is how we do self-help. We write all these articles on Sumo, and they show up here in the different categories depending on the product for which they're authored. And so users can find all the information that they need about their device in these awesome help articles that we've written about, how to do things with lots of nice graphics, as you can see, and easy to follow steps. So this is how we help the vast majority of our users on Sumo, is by writing these help articles in the wiki and getting them published. The other great thing that we have in the mobile interface for Sumo is the support forum. So you can see I open the menu, and then if I click on support forum, here are all the questions that have been asked on the support forum for all the different products. So this is the running usability study of all our Mozilla products every single day, all day long. You can come here on your mobile device while you're on the train, or while you're sitting in front of the TV, or whenever you're using your phone. Instead of, all of us are going to this interface, seeing what needs attention. You can see anything that needs attention is clearly marked as something that needs a reply, or something that is, already has 37 replies. If you're logged in, you can see what you've contributed. So here's a question that I answered this morning. I can see that I contributed to it. I can click on that. I can see my response about being able to delete contacts that we all at once. We don't have that feature yet, but we are working on it. And then because I'm logged in, I also have a button here that just shows that I can reply. It's super easy to reply. It just types in my reply and hit post, and then it will show up right on the form. So I can do help from anywhere with this interface. It's amazing. That's our English forum. I can also go back into the menu, switch the language. Get ready, Ralph.
Ooh.
And I can pick Portuguese, right? And I can see, excuse me, all of the questions, oops, in Portuguese.
Cool.
Yeah. I don't know why I don't have the list.
Very, very cool.
Yeah. I think actually maybe I have to go back one more. So that's our first non-English forum that we host on Sumo. But users of other languages, also we will point to other language forums if we have them, so people can find the place to ask the question in their local language if we already have a community for that. So that's how we do support on the runway. everyone can participate. I welcome everyone to use the mobile interface on any device. And I wanted to ask everyone, how did you get to the support forum? How did you find Mozilla help? Roland, how do you get to the support forum? Is there someone using a non-Firefox OS device today that went to the help?
I just typed
You are?
support.mozilla.org, but I believe that there's a help link, which I should have used.
No, there's a multitude of different ways that people can come, and we talk about that a lot. You know, a lot of people might just search for Firefox help in their browser and get to the mobile interface that way from their device.
Right.
You could use the help links from inside the browser, from inside the OS. I don't know if there are other ways that people got to the help, but there are many ways, but for all mobile devices, that's the awesome interface that you will see. We're always making great improvements to it. Persona is coming soon, which is the most exciting thing ever. Until we have that, though, I would encourage you all to register and, you know, take a time out just once a week to come and look at the questions people are asking, to keep your thumb on the pulse of our customers and see how we're doing with answering questions. Any comments, other things people want to say about how we do support in practice in our daily lives?
It's the same for Android. You can get from your Android browser, hopefully it's Firefox for Android, you can go to support.mozilla.org, or from the help menu in the browser, you can get it from the Firefox browser, of course.
Correct. And we have on the desktop site a lot of really excellent statistics about what we do, about the questions answered, about the helpfulness of all the articles, the popularity of all the articles. In English, we have a lot of great data on the desktop site that people might be interested in as well. Okay, so feedback for Firefox OS for the first month. Our top positives are simplicity, and top issues are responsiveness, speed, and custom ringtones. Of course, these are all things that we are working on. Responsiveness is like how fast something launches once. Oh, I'll stop sharing my screen. Responsiveness is how fast something launches when you touch it, or how fast it responds when you touch the back button or something. Speed is how fast something loads once you pick an app. And then custom ringtones, we're working on this. Is a little more complicated than it may seem because of DRM content, actually, but it is a well-known issue that's being worked. And then, of course, WhatsApp. Thanks for adding that, Ralph. And we did, based on what Michael was mentioning at last week's meeting about at the usability study, you were showing people how to use Facebook chat instead. People who, it's not the same as WhatsApp, obviously, but I did put up an article that shows how to use Facebook chat with the title, Can't Use WhatsApp, just so people are aware of that, because there's, you know, another free option for chat. So that's up, and we're still working on version 1.1 content, since we're approaching the code freeze for that is end of this week, or it's the 16th, Monday the 16th.
Michelle?
Okay, yes, question?
Yeah, I have a question, and especially for localizers, I would like to understand what the difference are. You know, right now, are there many articles changing? Do many articles need to be updated? Are there a lot of new articles coming with a new version?
Great question. There aren't a lot of new articles. I mean, we agreed as a group, I talked to Michael about this when we looked at version 1.1, to just put the new features into a single summary article that says what's new, because most of what's new is with MMS, multimedia messages, and some great browser updates for downloading images and things like that. So we'll have just one article that includes those updates. And I put out a stub article, created a stub article last week that's linked from the agenda from last week, so people can get a sense of. There's like 5 or 6 features that we should let people know about. So that's the main update for 1.1. And then the rest of it is really minor changes to articles, little improvements that we didn't get to before we did the cutoff for 1.0. So every article has like a small improvement that could be made, but nothing that's going to make, not really something like a major change that makes the existing translation out of obsolete. So I would say it's probably a 10% change across the whole set of articles. That's what localizers should expect. I put the first top 10 articles ready for L10N last week, and those really are the most important, plus the new one for version 1.1 content, which isn't finished yet. So if you do nothing else, I would do those top 10 minor updates, and then the version 1.1 what's new article.
Great, that's great information. So we know that, if we have someone who has little time or whatever, that we can actually ask that person to do the top 10 articles plus the new ones. That's great, Michelle. Thank you.
Yep, thank you. We have a lot of new great languages coming, so in the UI, and so if people want that list also, we can publish some of that. Some of our carriers have already started talking publicly about the countries that they are planning to launch in. And we've known Telefónica's looking at Brazil and Brazilian Portuguese for quite some time. So Ralph is working, and his team of contributors are working hard on that. Okay, anything else for Firefox OS before we jump into Firefox for Android?
Firefox for Android, yep. So yeah, I'm in the middle of finishing the research, but there's an Etherpad there I love for Firefox 25, because we live in the future in support. And but if you, I figured out what the new features are. They're in Etherpad, but I need help figure out which articles to modify and/or create. And it'd be great for someone to help me today or tomorrow, and then we'll write the articles. And I will be at the Android Work Week next week, so I won't be at this meeting. Also, the awesome user advocacy team has released the sentiment report, which I believe is public. And if it is public, I will put a link here in the Etherpad. But it's smooth sailing for Firefox 23, other than Android 10. Android 4.3 Nexus 10 tablets, which fortunately not many people use, but we are working on it, and we have fixes.
Great. Thanks for that update. Enjoy the work week next week. say hi to all the Android folks for me.
Yes.
I'm really glad you're able to attend that.
Yes. Unfortunately, due to my ridiculous amount of traveling, I won't be able to stay the whole week, but it should be fun to see the most. I'll meet 99% of the team.
Yeah, the first couple of days are the most important. But as you mentioned tablet, I wonder how tablet optimized we are for the support site. Kadir, do you have?
Yeah, so right now we are using the desktop site for that, and we said that we can use go responsive from there if it's necessary for the tablet version. We don't use the mobile version because the mobile version is essentially a Firefox OS app, and it would look and wouldn't be quite as good to use on the tablet when it's so big. So we're using the desktop version.
Okay, great. And that's for all tablets, I assume, 10-inch and above,
Right.
maybe 7-inch we use.
Actually, that is a good question. I don't. We don't do the differentiation ourselves. We have Django that does it in the backend. Like we don't tell it necessarily which devices are mobile, which ones are desktop. It does the differentiation itself. But if we see that one of them that something is off, I think we can manually override that.
Okay.
Well, Kadir, one of the things I'm going to do is run through Sumo forum and Sumo KB articles with the 7-inch and 10-inch tablet. I don't know when I'm going to
Yeah,
do
that's
that.
very helpful.
Hope to do
That's very
that
helpful.
by this, like by the end of this. Well, by the end of it, before the summit.
Well, that is very helpful. Unfortunately, I don't have a 7-inch tablet, so I'm not quite sure how that's like. So if you have that, that's very helpful. That will be very helpful.
Well, I think you should get one. Kadir, as product manager for Sumo, should have the major platforms that Sumo will be accessed, so as to provide testing value and dog fooding. There you go. You can word that into service now. Seriously, Kadir, you should probably order a Nexus 7 2013.
Oh, there it is. There's the there's the mobile interface.
It's
That's
the mobile.
very big.
So this is the Samsung 10.1 tab, and I also get the mobile interface on. I have an iPad Mini, and I get the mobile interface.
Right.
So I haven't. Yeah. So I don't know what the deal is there.
Yeah, that we probably have to manually override that in that case. Might be that Django just doesn't know about it yet.
All right. Okay, Kadir, I think you should get a Nexus 7. Also, I will run through it on an iPad as well, because I have an iPad.
Yeah, that was my fear. I was wondering if we were what we were serving up. Okay, good. Let's put that into action items.
Kadir, to get a tablet, Roland to run through all major Android tablets, of which there's only 2. And for extra bonus points, someone could run through an iPad Mini and iPad. Yeah. Doesn't have to be us. That would be actually a good thing to do.
When we get,
Michael,
we would just want to decide what is optimal, right? And once we get to the Firefox OS tablet, also decide what we want to do, right?
Michael, do you remember if that changed recently? As far as I know, the last time I checked that, we were actually serving the desktop version. So maybe they now recognize Android, Firefox on Android as a mobile browser.
Yeah, I don't know when it changed. I honestly haven't looked at it with on this tablet in a while. So I remember we did used to get the desktop site. I was surprised just now to see it, but I know on the iPad Mini, I've never gotten the desktop. I always have to show me the desktop site to get it.
Okay.
Yeah, that's an edge case. I don't know whether
not that we should optimize for the iPad Mini. Just it's a small tablet.
Agreed, but it's still one of the biggest selling tablets. So people who might be using it to diagnose desktop or to check out desktop articles while they're having a problem with their desktop.
Right. What I meant is, I'm not sure if that should get the desktop version or the mobile version, because it's a little bit bigger than the biggest Android smartphone. So it's, I don't know,
no, the iPad Mini
is
the same version as the Nexus 7, in my opinion. Anyways,
I didn't hear that.
We have the iPad Mini should get the same version as the Nexus 7, in my opinion.
Oh yeah. No, the question is should it get the desktop version or the mobile version? Because it's in between. It's not really a big tablet, but it's also not the small, this size smartphone. Both are functional. Both are working. You can get the content from both versions. Yeah.
I think the right answer is
it's a judgment call.
Version that works on all tablets, Firefox OS tablets, feature tablets, and iPad tablets, and Android tablets. All right, I gotta go.
Since we have the desktop, pick the desktop view. It's okay. I mean, at least we have that option in the menu, so anyone can make the choice. If they're getting something by default they don't want, people will find that in the menu. So awesome. Okay, well, thanks very much everyone for joining today to learn more about how we do support for mobile products. Thank you, Roland, for recording. We'll pop this up on YouTube.
Hopefully it'll work.
Okay, thanks. Have a great day.
Ciao, tschüss.
Bye.
A bientôt.
Au revoir.
Au revoir. Come on, stay working.